Hey, what's going on everybody? This is the VG Purist and I'll be coming at you with a gameplay review of Ironclad Tactics. And this is going to be created by the people of Zachtronics. And as you can see on the left side, you see a picture of the American Civil War being enacted in an alternative universe. And they're going to be fighting alongside these Ironclads there with these robots that can wield these weapons along with these soldiers. So that's going to be the premise of the game. Now the actual gameplay of it is that it's a simultaneous turn-based card collecting strategy game with a mix of real-time elements in there. And then you might say, what? Wait, didn't you just say turn-based strategy? How's it real-time at the same time, right? I mean, what's going on? And really, you know what though, the only way I can really kind of tell you is to really show you what's going on here. So I'm just gonna go and take my game. I've been playing for quite a few hours and now I'm going to really show you what can go on. You can actually choose a few modes here. Now the really cool thing is that this game does offer a co-op play. So here is going to be my name, the VG Purist, and I'll be playing against the Confederate Army, which is going to be controlled by the AI. But really, you can actually get somebody else to play along with you. Now, I haven't done the co-op because really I just have nobody to play with. So sad for me. But really, it's because, you know, I just don't know anyone else that owns the game at this moment. So I have nobody to really co-op with. And so I'm not exactly sure how that gameplay is really going to be all about. But here it's going to feature a story, a puzzle, and a skirmish. And the skirmish is going to also feature the fact that you could play against the other players in the world as well. So once you get online, you can go skirmish and then play against them and then be able to get your custom decks going. And with that, you can actually unlock cards as you play the game. And in fact, this game really toots itself on being able to unlock all the cards in the game without needing to pay real money to get any more or any of the rare items or whatever. So here is that you get these 3 cards from winning in the story. There is going to be completing a story challenge, which is in this case capture a flag with my Ironclad, and then you get 4 more cards by solving the puzzle, and then you get 2 more cards by playing the skirmish. And that kind of leads me into the bad thing about this game is, you know, at the time of this recording, there really isn't going to have too many people really playing, and so I haven't actually gotten to play against other people thus far. And it's just that it's so few and far between. Really, a lot more people needs to pick this game up, and then we can get some skirmishes going on, right? But for right now, we're going to cover the story. And we're going to play that story here. And here, here's going to be another great thing is that you can actually go and create a new deck for you. Now this is going to be all the stuff that I unlock. Obviously it doesn't start off with all the stuff because I had played for quite a bit now and unlocked all these cards. But here you can actually arrange your army. So let's go ahead and do that. So here it kind of tells you a little bit briefly of what they do, so you don't really get a really great idea. And this is how the range of what they hit for, and this is their health, and this is their damage, and how far they can really hit from where they're standing at the moment. So here, let's go ahead and take 2 of these veteran riflemen. Now the good thing and bad thing about the cards here is that you can have a maximum of 20 and the minimum is also 20 as well. So you have to have that many cards in your deck, as well as there could be other limitations as well, as they can only have 2 factions in this deck information here, or deck formation really. And so you can only have these 2 formations here. Now you might say, well, what's the difference here? So here I have here the American side, and this is going to be the, I forgot what this is called, but this is going to be another faction here, and then this is going to be yet another faction that's going to be represented by these stripes. But here in this case, I'm just going to pick those 2 infantrymen, as I said, and then I'm going to pick a heavy chassis, why not, and then get some of these light chassis going, and then these guns are for your Ironclads. I was about to say mix, but these are for your Ironclads, and so you can need to get these guns as well. Now this is going to be a card game, and so just like any card game, it's all going to be randomized pretty much when you draw from the deck, and there you need to get the decks full of all the stuff that you really want. So here I have too few cards, and it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what's in your deck already. So right now I'm really full on Ironclads, a little bit less in parts and tactics and infantry. So if I want to have a little bit more of a balanced deck, so I should probably get a couple more infantrymen in there, get 3 of these guys in here, and then I need to get a couple of more parts for my deck to make it really balanced. So I'm gonna get this battle flag, And I'm going to go ahead and get this field repaired to repair my robots. And then I'm going to get maybe this. Let's go ahead with the M2 upgrade kit. And this kind of tells you here how much action points it costs to get this out from your deck, from your hand. And this is going to be the difference that you need to do, is that you need to look at what you can take out early. It's going to be a little bit like Magic the Gathering, I guess, where you need to kind of wait for the opportune moment to go ahead and get that. And the really cool thing is that you can actually name your deck. So here, you just go the VG's awesome deck. Yeah. Oops, spelled awesome wrong. Oops, spelled it wrong again. And now you can go ahead and save that. And now this is going to be using it. So I can use this deck for this formation. Let's go ahead and do Talladega, Alabama, and start this game up. And this, like I said, they do a comic book of the characters pushing the story along, so that's going to be a really great thing about it. And here's going to be the time that's going to be ticking off. Like I said, it's going to be all real time, so you have until this point to activate your guys, and then once it gets going, then your opponent also does the action and the moves at the exact same time as you do. So here it's going to be in my hand, and you can't see your deck, but still it pretty much recycles through your whole deck until you pretty much cast, and it pushes out every single time. And so as you can see here, they're firing at each other at the same time. So that's what I mean by simultaneous turn-based, and this is going to be the real time of the action. And there, I barely was able to get that off, but I wasn't able to get it off on that turn, so I had to wait until this turn for my guy to come out. And here I'm going to give him something to load at will, and that's going to cost me some action points here, but nonetheless I'll be able to shoot twice. And there I was able to take off 2 health from him, and now in this next going I should actually be able to kill him with my next shot. But he will actually shoot me as well. As I said, it's all simultaneous, so that's a really cool thing. But unfortunately he only had 1 more health left, and I was able to take him out rather easily. So I am going to be doing here, I'm going to moving along with my infantrymen. I'm going to try to get my light chassis out so that you guys can kind of see that as well. So there, the robots can actually squish the infantry, as you can see there. So that's really terrible for me. And here's going to be a really neat thing, is that the strategy of this game is you need to get the APs here. There's going to be the extra stuff in these maps. So I definitely need to get those captured so that I can get more AP per turn, and then be able to really rock the opponent's face. So I'm going to load at will yet again, and it takes 1 AP, but that's only going to be for my infantry, as said here, for what it does. So here I'm going to take out my other guy and help my robot, because he's going to die in the next turn if I don't do something very soon here. And he's going to really kick my robot's butt, as you see. But he will actually go down. He did take that out. Now, how to win this game is that you need to finish off by getting the victory points. Now, the victory points was kind of denoted on those robots, and I'll try to whip out another robot for you guys to see. Here we go. And as you see here, the victory points are going to be denoted there on the bottom left of my guy. So in this case, this robot, if he makes it to the end of the field, is worth 2 victory points, and so that's going to be really great. That's what I really need to do, is get this robot down to that space so that I can get these 2 victory points, so that I get a total of 8 victory points to win this game here. So there, I'm going to go ahead and put my hat on to be able to capture flags. Now, you can't capture these points with just your robot. You have to do it with your infantry, but with that hat that I have on, I can actually take over these points of interest. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to continue with my guys, take them out as well. And now my robot is going to be really trucking along, and actually you can pause your guy. So here they always move, but here if you click on your guy, he actually stays still, so they don't actually need to continue moving on, as you can see there. So that's also going to be another strategy that you have to really think about. I'm going to field repair my Ironclad and then let it move pretty much to the end of the map, and so I'll be able to get the 2 victory points. So that's going to be kind of give and take. So I need my Ironclads to make it to the end of the point to get these 2 victory points, I can see there. So that's really great for me. But unfortunately, they're also going to be my great offensive powers too, and defensive powers. So really, I need to be able to get this going to where, well, I have to have a nice fine balance, right? I need to get it to where it goes and kills the stuff that I needed to, as well as being able to get down to the end of the map and get the victory points for my guys here. So here I have my guy in position, and I'm going to press play on him so that he'll start moving forward. And unfortunately they moved up, so that's going to be another thing that they can actually do here against my guys. So now I actually did take out the other robot, and I could actually keep him there to stay here so he can keep taking over the spots, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get this improved musket on here. And unfortunately there, I didn't get it at the end of the action, so it didn't move until this turn. And that's kind of bad for me because I have to load this gun up and shoot. Now I'm going to be halfway to the victory status, and oh, he's going to take over another spot. So there, oh man, that's really bad for me. And this is going to be another bad thing here. More guys here that can really kill me. So my opponent is really doing well, shifting back and forth, taking over my spots. And that's really, really bad because now he's going to squish that guy and he's going to get 2 victory points. He also needs 8 points as well. So that's going to be too bad. So here I can actually play a little strategy. So now that I see that, well, he's going to get 3 robots to the end. But if I get this robot to the end here without him stopping my robot, then that's going to be really great. I will actually win this game despite him getting a couple of victory points and getting more of these points of interest than I am at the moment. So the opponent, very smartly, the AI is going to be really good in this game, is that they notice this and then they see they're not going to be slouches here. So the game is pretty difficult in that respect, that they really think about what they need to do to actually win this game. So here I have my heavy robot, my heavy chassis in his way. So now I need to get through this guy right here. He doesn't have a weapon, so it's going to be great. And it costs him AP as well. So if he had a card with a weapon, then he can actually equip him. But he doesn't. So now I'm only going to be 2 more spaces away from winning this game. That's going to be really great here. And right here, it seems pretty easy, but it also has a pretty, at times pretty difficult. Just like any card game that you may play, it has a very big, distinct luck to it. So I mean, yeah, I got all the stuff that I needed, and I was able to get the win here, but I almost was barely able to get that win because he got a bunch of his robots at the end, so I am going to get it there. And that was pretty smart of me, and that's the strategic play. I put my robot on top, pretty much got all the way through until he put a robot in the way, or Ironclad actually, and then was trying to stop me, but he didn't put a weapon on him and he didn't actually do it. So that's going to be doing it there for the story mode. And here's going to be the puzzle. And you can play this puzzle and unlock more cards as well, so really great. I'm going to start this up. And here it kind of gives you an idea of what you get. Now, at the end of this game, I was able to get these Assault Pioneers, so I was able to see kind of what they do. So I am going to see here. I am going to be able to put him in there and see this guy's moving up. And this puzzle kind of requires a little bit of thought, but at the same time, it doesn't, right? But still does. So the bad thing about this is I don't know if I'm actually going to beat this because it only takes 2 VPs for him to win, 2 VPs for me to win, but I think the timing might be off on this, so we'll see about that. I think my robot will be able to make it to the end before he does. Now the thing about it is that he will be able to shoot and then move in the same turn, so I think, yeah, I'm going to actually win. I will be just ahead of him, so that's going to be nice. I'm just going to win here. So even though I was a little bit late on putting my guy out, I was still able to get this. So that was going to be completing the puzzle. So here I actually have failed that, what, 3 times before I actually figured it out, that you have to wait until your guy takes at least 1 damage and then put it out there. If you don't walk up as well, then they will be able to move up all their movement allowance and then get to the end without your guy being able to get there in time. So that's going to be like unlocking all these cards games for me. So that's going to be the really fun thing. Now, you know, the great thing about this game is that, you know, you can't get all the cards. Like I said, that's going to be a really great sticking point as well. And the game itself is sometimes difficult and sometimes easy. As I said, it's all kind of luck based, and so depending on how you create your deck is how you go. Now really, like that same deck, alright, let's go ahead and start this Silver City, New Mexico up. And let's start with the same VG's awesome deck, right? And here's going to be the comic book storytelling, as I was saying. So this kind of gives you a really great idea. Is that Madam Millie? And I didn't think she was real. And that's who we're here to talk to. Really, her? She might have intimate knowledge about Dimitri. I want you off my ranch and out of town, Frank. I'm sorry, Millie. Trouble, Millie? So we're going to try to skip through this here. Later that day. Now that's service. Enough this ends here, derp. And that's actually who you're going to be playing against, is Frank Derp. So that's, yeah, a little bit funniness there. So here's going to be a mortars. This is going to actually be another thing that you can take over as well. And if you stay on these mortars with your infantrymen, you can bombard the other player and then be able to get victory points in that respect. So you don't necessarily need to get all of your guys at the end, these chassis or the ironclads at the end of the board to actually win this game. You don't necessarily need to do that. No, you can just get your infantrymen on here and then just bomb away, and there's really nothing they can do about it. So I'm going to move up. I'm not exactly sure what happens to this cow because I've actually never played this level before. So I'm going to go ahead and get this up and try to stop them from doing whatever they're trying to do. They're shooting the cow, unfortunately, but not shooting my guy, which is great for me. But yeah, looks like they're going to try to get to this mortar to try to kill me from range. So my big idea at this moment is to get my own. So I'm going to wait for a few action points before I get my infantrymen out, and I'm going to try to take this mortar over. And then, whoa, he's actually going to move out the way now. And I don't want him to get to the end, so I'm actually going to put my infantrymen there in the way so that he shoots him a couple of times before he dies. I'm actually going to pause him because this guy moves twice. So he will die in the next bit. He may drill me and my guy will die, but that's okay because I will stop him from getting there. So here now, he is going to get drilled. Oh my gosh, kicks 4 health from there. Can you believe that? That's a lot. But I'm going to wait for my infantryman. Should be coming up in this next bit. There we go. Get him out. And I should be able to take this mortar over. And really my heavy chassis is doing some really great work on this mortar. They're not able to take this out at all. So pretty good stuff here. And oh, he's coming up, so I actually have to pause him for a second, shoot him. Oh my gosh, what the heck is that? It's a wood chipper, so this is the range in which he shoots me at. So uh-oh, that's really bad here. So we'll put some more guys here and try to take him out. And unfortunately, he's going to move up before I'm actually I'll be able to shoot, and he's going to move up and kill me. Actually, no, he won't actually be able to do so. So now that will be doing it for him. My heavy chassis is really doing some good work here. Really just covering that spot. And I press play on him, so he's going to move now. And I'm going to put another guy on here so that I'll have my spaces covered. Pretty good stuff. Alright, I'm doing really well here. And moving him up. Awesome. And now I take this mortar over and my mortars will actually fire. But here I'm just going to go ahead and move my guy up some more. And then cover him like that. Perfect. And now I'm going to have 2 guys here that they have to go through. One or both of them is actually going to have fire or load at will so that I can shoot twice and 1 turn on the infantry. That's pretty cool. And stop that guy from moving so they don't get killed. Oh, he actually did this, so that's going to be a little bit bad news for my guy. Oh, he actually is going to go and squish him. Oh my gosh, burn! I need to get my ironclads out so I can help him. Oh my gosh, squishes him.
Grab your gun.
He might actually get through. Oh no. Oh, I need to get my ironclad out. Next turn, come on. Oh no, he's actually going to make it, so nothing I can do here. And when the enemy is actually at the end point here, I can't put something there when he's standing there, so pretty bad stuff when that happens. So we're just going to keep my infantry here, and we're going to move my guy up and get 4 action points yet again, get him on the mortar, because right now I can't win. I'm winning pretty slowly at the moment. I'm doing very well, but still it's just not doing as well as I should be at the moment. So he's got 1 victory point, I got 2, so not doing too bad at the moment. And I'm going to stop my guy right here so that he can get some shots off, get some protection from my guy. So get my guy going. heal him up. Awesome. That's going to really help there. And oh my gosh, he is coming up pretty strong. What the heck is that? As if they didn't mow him down already. He's going to actually have something to help him to mow my guys down. It's terrible. I'm going to put another chassis there to try to protect my soldier, but I don't know if it's going to be actually going to be doing it here. I don't think so. He's going to be moving slowly up there. I need to get this gun on him. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And this is what I mean, real-time element. This is going to be the really great thing about this game. Really cool. So, now I have him with the gun, and this one should be dying in the next going here. Oh, actually, I need to load this gun up before it's actually effective, so that's going to be really bad. I should be able to get my shot off before he moves down and crushes my guy, unfortunately. So that's going to be great. He was trying to move. Whoo! Got him. And now, I'm going to be getting that here, field repair. And I'm going to do that load at will, just in case somebody comes in front. And we're just going to mortar the opponent to death. There's really nothing they can kind of do at this moment about my formation. And I'm really kicking their butt at the moment. Nothing I can do about it. Let's upgrade this little puppy. And as I said before, this is going to be the really great strategy about this, is put my Ironclads in formation, and now he has to kind of get through them. He doesn't even have a weapon. And he can't do much about my guys mortaring him to death. And it does take, what, a couple of turns to fire this, but I'm getting victory points as I'm going. Oh my gosh, that's going to do it there, but he will die. Whew, that's lucky for me. I'll put another light chassis there to cover my missing one, and so really the awesome power here. But as I was saying though, there are some maps in which it does require that you put some of the other things in there. So because I went in with this deck and it worked out, that was really good. But sometimes you need to arrange your decks according to the story. So sometimes you'll lose a story, and that's only because you came in with the wrong deck. So that's going to be there that you have to really think about, and that is kind of the bad thing about this game, is that you really can win this game after a once going through. And so something you gotta think about. Now for the money, $15 at the moment, it's just really good value. And I've already played, what, 10 hours of this game thus far, all day long. I just really couldn't stop playing. At first I was just a little bit wary because I'm not a big card playing game kind of guy, but after playing this game, I'm definitely a fan of Ironclad Tactics, and so definitely I do recommend this game. This is the VG Purist. I hope you enjoy this cast.